Or my outfit, I want you in my picture. Apre durata aquela igreja. Tisto quela klakci slikaš.
I can't see anything because the sun is directly on my face. So I'm just waiting for the train, for the ferry to arrive. Also broke my tripod, so that's bad. It's pretty cool. Look at that cruise ship. I want to go to that cruise ship. Going to Mali. Ferry is not going to come until about half an hour. I need to buy a new tripod. Wait, what happened?
이거 파노라마는 이거 이렇게 쭉.
저거 먹을 때 유텔라? 유텔라 먹어.
쟤는 유틸라 안 좋아해. 역광이라서 좀 나쁘다.
오늘 유텔라 먹어? 유텔라 먹어?
탁시.
저 가.
바다에서 수영한다. 우리들이 바다에서 수영한다.
수영해?
Hey Rocky, how are you? I'm currently waiting for a ferry. I broke my tripod, so I'm holding it with my camera.
왜 중얼중얼해?
It's a bit hectic. It's really crowded. It's like people.
이거 찍으라고 찍어주라고.
같이 찍으라고.
So this is supposedly the busy ferry. So I'm just waiting for the ferry. How are you? What are you doing? What are you up to? I don't know how clear this is, but so there's a lot of tourists, which I think will be necessity perhaps. So we just basically going in there. What are you up to? We went on a ferry last time too, like the last broadcast, which was like 2 days ago, 3 days ago. So if you want to see the vlog, that's also done. This one is a bit farther though. It's about half an hour. It's about half an hour. And then we got to see it being on the other side of the world. Hey also Thea, thanks for the one viewer postman. Thanks. Look! The ferry. Is that our ferry? I don't think so. Is it?
아니야, 다 자리 얼마나
Our ferry should be big. We usually get a big ferry. Like this should be a ferry. Like that should be the ferry that we go to. I think that's it. I think that's ours, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's ours. I need to buy a new tripod. My tripod for just before I started this stream. Yeah, I think that's our fare. It's pretty big. Because I think it's about half an hour from here to there, so it's pretty far. You can sit at the front of the ferry. I guess I should do that for the stream, and then when I come back later, I will just sit inside. I hope like Manly has a mini thing because I really need to buy a tripod. Wow, everyone is already queuing. Look. Like it's not gonna go until about like half an hour or something. So I don't know why they're queuing up. Like these people need to get off first. Because last time I checked it was 26 minutes and we just spent 11 minutes. So there's about 10 15 minutes. So we're just exploring the city. Can you see it? And I also bought a wide angle lens. Does it? I think it helps, right? Because this is without. This is without. This is without. This is without. This is. It's pretty helpful. Look at this cube. There is no reason why I'm actually going to this place because I forced myself to come out and to the walk just around here. Because today is Sunday in Sydney, it is Sunday. And use all public transport for $2.60 all you like for today, except for airport link. But outside of that, you can use any public transport for $2.60. And ferry is usually very expensive. It costs about, I don't know, maybe $8 one trip. So if you want to go to this place, it will cost you about maybe $16 return. But today, it's $2.60 to ride any public transport. So I thought I would kill a few beds with this thing. And I also have data. If I don't have data, I probably will not have data. But yeah. What have you been up to, Rocky? Let me know. We are still queuing to get inside the It's very cold right now in Sydney. I woke up every day around 5 a.m. these days, and it's extremely painful because you can actually feel the frost on your fingers, like your fingers kind of because it's so cold. And I can't imagine other people who basically live outside the city, or like outside. My friend lived in Canberra, which is like the capital city of Australia, and that's worse. It's like -3 or something. I'm like, let's not complain about the fact that it's 3 degrees because they are -3 degrees. Working, loving the sun. Actually, I do much prefer winter than summer. So I think I'm not a summer baby. Quite like. But the challenge is to make sure the body keeps warm. Because if the body's not warm, you're not going to be enjoying it. It's weird, like, you know, the trip takes about half an hour, but when you're on a ferry, it doesn't feel that long. But when you're on a train, half an hour feels like a weird hour. I don't know why. The first objective when we get to Manly is to get a tripod. Because this is hard. Because I wish I have a battery. I'm holding the battery as well. Because otherwise we would just be straight. Because the battery would just break really fast. So that's the Harbour Bridge and that's Sydney Opera House. You should catch it. I don't think I will get the chance to do that. It's a two stories ferry, and you don't want to miss it. You know, like when you go on a bus here, they actually have a writing, say on like where the door for the driver is, and then it would say, "Please do not talk to the driver while the bus is in kind of motion." I'm assuming it's applicable to ferries as well. I think it's because it's distracting and jeopardizing everything. It would be interesting. I don't know why we are all standing up, to be honest. This thing ain't moving until so much because they need to clean out the space and I checked on the internet that there is some market to do some food that's still. So the place that we're going is basically the shore city. And most people in the most shore areas of Sydney don't really come to the city or the rest of Sydney. They're pretty secluded. Oh, we are moving. So
The use of skateboards, rollerblades and bikes is strictly prohibited on all Sydney Ferries wharves and vessels.
oh, it's going 7 minutes. This is like a total process. You wait half an hour, it's like so process.
우리 언니가 뭐야 이제? 이거 타고 몇 개에서 5까지
They should have skateboard there, right? I think they should have like outside seating. We'll get wet though. I don't want to get wet. Arrives in 40 minutes. Shall we just... Oh no, hold on. Let me check out. You're not supposed to have those. So yeah, you can go up. And you can sit on here as well. I really need my bloody... Alright, let's just sit here with the kids. So we are sitting outside because we are tourists. Not really. So hopefully we will get to see when we come back. When I come back, I'll probably just sit inside. I'm done with sitting out here. Because the thing is, when you sit out here, you're gonna get wet from the splashback from the sea. See? Caution, outside sitting areas are subject to sea spray. That's what happens. That's what the kids are doing. They're basically just sitting there.
Are you vlogging? Are you vlogging?
No, live streaming. Only one person though, so it's not long.
What's that mic? Is that a mic?
Yeah, it's a directional mic.
Whoa.
Wanna say hi? I think he's in America. I'm just showing them around Sydney.
That looks like my mom's building.
We need to get my tripod back up. I can't believe I broke it. Those tripod things that I kept using, I bought like 4 of them, and they kept breaking every time I buy them. It's annoying. I think it is about 8 more minutes until this ferry moves. What have you been up to, Rocky? Just working? Doing nothing? We had a light festival about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I think it's also on the stream. I think it's in the VOD. So if you want to watch, I think it's in the VOD somewhere. I think. Oh no, you can't. You can't watch it because it's buffered. It buffered throughout the stream, and no one could stay. It was beautiful though, but no one could watch it. And then I remember why I didn't want to. That's what happens if you don't have chairs. You just sit there.
It's big swell. No. You said it's big swell.
I realized like I probably can't hear them. People waiting. We're just waiting for the ferry to take off. So if you get a train to stop up there, when you get off from the train, you can actually see the Sydney Opera House and also the bridge from up there. So if you're on Sydney, you can just get off at Sydney Quay and you can do it. I've never been inside actually. I've never been inside the opera house. I'd love to read it. I'd love to watch like a performance or something. I would feel Have you ever watched an opera house? Like legit? I don't know. I need someone to go with me, I suppose. It's a lot scarier. I don't know. I prefer like I feel like I can go to a foreign country by myself, but I'm too afraid to go to a performance at the opera house by myself. I don't know why. It's like it's a totally different world. And that includes actually going through the customs and everything. I don't know why it's scary. Maybe because it's like you're striding on a consciousness thing. Everyone's gonna get wet around here. Oh, it's moving. Are we leaving? It should be leaving. Is it worth it sitting here? I don't think so. I think it's good for one time to experience it, but afterward you just realize you're just gonna get wet. When I get home, when we get back, I'll probably just sit inside. 가자, 갑시다. You've seen Phantom of the Opera? How was it? Like in an opera house? Ooh, we're leaving. I can feel the engine just revved up. Or maybe only the engine is revving up. Phantom of the Opera. That's a musical, yeah? People just scream. Is it, in what language? Is it in English? I don't know why. Maybe it's like half a predisposition in my head. Like if I watch it, it would be Spanish or I don't know, foreign language. It's probably untrue. But I guess like that's the pre. consumption. We are leaving. We are leaving. Bye bye. Bye bye. Okay, sitting here was a good idea because I ain't gonna stand. It's gonna be hard to manage. You should not have broken. You should not have broken. You couldn't understand a single word they're singing. Yeah, that's the thing, right? You want to I don't know. I feel like you really need to be into it to kind of want to like understand the whole culture. Say goodbye to that big beer cruise. I would like to make an Instagram video. Because that's basically a moving city. You basically can have like a whole suburb in that big, like legit. Like that's a legit moving suburb. Like a whole freaking suburb. Like somewhere in Canada, remotely, I'm sure this particular thing has a lot more people than the whole entire suburb of Canada somewhere. I'm not saying why Canada, because I think Australia has a pretty big suburb. Just because we are a pretty urban country. We're gonna see the city of the bridge because we were down right smack in the middle. Manly is going that way, so I guess we're gonna see the Opera House later. Everyone's taking pictures. I'm just being lazy. Traveling is good. We should travel. I'm just too lazy to travel. This was a good decision. Just to sit down. I can't see anything. The sun is this way. So I can't see the screen. The screen is pretty black. And the Sydney Opera House. You don't have to see my face. I save up, but something always comes up. Goodbye, Opera House. It was really beautiful during Light Festival last week. Everything is pretty. I'm too lazy to stand up. But want to travel. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I'm a travel person actually. I just like, I don't know, I kind of like stay domestic. It's fine. I realize like I'm not maybe like it's not as important. I don't mind like traveling for work or something. I don't really particularly
in the city, and we heard on the announcement it was a big
for some reason.
It was a big like siren. Yeah, there was a big
This is so chaotic. Like the kids are sitting down there and to be honest.
There's a big sign and it said no more.
Sydney. I guess Sydney is pretty exotic. It's very cold, but luckily the sun is up, so it's pretty warm. But it's freezing actually. I think this morning I woke up around 5 a.m. because I was totally freezing. I want to show you this side, but I'm holding my phone from my left hand side, so it's very hard to switch it like that. So we just have to stick to it, I guess. Riding this skateboards, it's a scooter. So technically it's not a skate. Sometimes technically it's very little, but yeah. It's a beautiful city. You got everything. You got the harbor, you got the beach. You can watch it. Are you smoking?
No.
Dude.
We know how to make smoke with our mouths.
Ready, 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 ready.
They're smoking. Oh my god.
I'm not.
I'm just
What the hell are you?
No, actually, I actually know how to make smoke with my mouth though.
Can you do that? Oh my god. On my KFC. Just show them KFC. Guys, this is KFC. It opens. You get a nice thing. It's called KFC wipes. Demonstration video for all you viewers. How many viewers is there?
It's only one, dude. You don't have to show off.
This one person must be like the vote of your last name.
No, right. There's a
Wow.
time difference. Mostly, yeah.
Time
yeah.
difference? Oh yeah.
Maybe right.
Just like that, we have clean KFC tasting there. 10 touch.
You have another one?
I only got one. Like down there.
Ça marche comment ça?
Everyone traitors. Abandoned.
How's your vlog going? And
I basically complained on Discord. I was like, everyone is like, I don't want to stream anymore. No one comes. And then they just like, sorry, I got me someone here. You can't come. I'm like, whatever. I got some people there. This is me lazy streaming. I ain't even moving from my seat. Like I'm not moving. I can give you a better picture if I stand up and like basically stood over there. But I ain't gonna. I'm gonna get wet as it is right now. So wow, there's a ferry that basically just speeding. Like you sped up. Real quick. So I can't really stream in the middle of the city because I stream the buffer so much every time I stream in the city. So I'm trying to kind of stream near the city, but not that sun is really nice. If I upload this to YouTube, I'm gonna get copyright. The music that you are using are currently claimed. Very windy, heard a few things. Is it hard to Is it hard to listen? I can go inside, I suppose. It's just that for right now. And the engine doesn't move very well. I was watching Sebiti today. He's on the way to Mackay, so down deep south from Queensland. And he put like his so Sebiti is another streamer. I would usually host him on the channel, but no. Oh, sorry. What did you? Stay here. Okay, I will stay here, sir. Sir, I will stay here. Aye. So I think we are approaching the eastern suburb area. So these are around the eastern suburb area. The eastern suburb area is where mostly the glamorous people live of Sydney. Not necessarily the richest, but the glamorous, I suppose. So you're in my way. It's a very different experience for Sydney. To experience Sydney, if you're in Sydney, you should take ferries to travel and see around Sydney. It's because it's a completely different experience. If you use bus or if you use train, I think like the only time you should use train is only when you are like working in Sydney, because it will save you a lot of time, for sure. But it's not the prettiest way to explore Sydney. So if you're like visiting, pretty sure just go around in the ferry, because you can practically go around Sydney in the ferry. Oh, why is it not focusing? Focus. I can't even see the screen because it's so bright online. Look, sailboats. My laziness prevails right now. I am like, my streamer instinct say, get up, show off like this thing, stand over there and show it off. And my laziness is just, no, just stay put, what are you doing? Laziness wins. I just see it in front of the boat, the front of the boat. No, it's actually pretty. Fine. I will get up. I feel like finally. I hope I don't. I sincerely hope I don't fuck it up and drop my phone onto the sea. It'll be fucked. Yeah. I'm standing up. I'm doing my duty. This will be a good VOD. I'm doing a good VOD. Sunday. Everyone's out and about. So that's the city, and I think we are passing decent suburb right now. Because there is this cliff that is very popular for people killing themselves. They basically jump off the cliff, and I think it's around here somewhere. We used to go there when we were kids at night just to scare each other off. Like, hey, should we go to the suicide cliff? Should we go to the suicide cliff? You should sell it and stream it. Why? I only have one viewer right now. It's like cost benefit wise, it's not worthy. If I have like 6,000 stream viewers, it's probably worth it. Because you probably we are a very chill stream here. We are a very chill video channel, and so it's not necessary. We just go on public transport and do it. It's a lot of oh, the seawater smells really good though. I kind of really like the seawater smell. That's the other side, I guess. I think we're on the right side because this side is a lot less. Yeah, a lot less. I like how that lighthouse is just randomly there. Well, I'm pretty sure it's not random, but you know, it just pop up sometimes. Other side is boring. No, it's not boring. It's just like there's no sailboats on the other side. I think all the sailboats are here. So I should do it this way, but I can't really see if I do it this way. I think that's the cliff, but I can be wrong. On the left over there, I think that's the cliff. I can't really see it from this side because in the past we approach it from the left. Because the way Sydney is built is very unique because it has this peninsula. So there is like this tip, the north tip and the eastern tip, very close to each other. But you can't cross it by land. You have to drive. You have to go around if you go by land. But if you go by ferry, you can go straight. So it's a bit iffy. Geographically, it's very close, but transport-wise, it's cold. It's extremely cold right now. But it's really pretty. This is really pretty. Rocky, I'm really happy that you get to enjoy this. Like, I really am. At least one person that's outside of me. It's not totally lost translation. Broadcasting frequency. I don't know. The wind is so strong though. I'm so sorry. I can't do anything about it. We'll get better when we get to land. But for now, this is all we got. Just turn down the wind stuff. I don't know, can I do it this way? No. It's because I'm in a hallway here. Because if it's on the hallway, then it's like the wind is gonna cut through the space in between. And that will create friction. I'm talking as if I understand what I was saying. realize is the fact that if I dirt thing on my feet when I was a kid, I would get punished. So I was like, it was a necessity to be able to think on my feet, or otherwise you're gonna get yelled at. I guess it's a lot less risky when you do it outside family. What is the worst that they can do? They get offended and they'll walk away. So what? They're strangers. It's not like, you know, your life is depending on them. And if they hit you, that's a crime. You can report it to the police or something. Not that I would, but you know what I mean. Like, there is consequences on the outside world. Something. If someone does something to you. So it's not like it's a total tyranny living in the world. I'm leaning too much against the railing. Welcome to Sydney Rocking. Do you like my Sydney? I love my Sydney. That boat is speeding. Where are you going, boat? Hi! They basically just waved randomly. So we just waved back. Do you do that? I think when you travel, you are a lot more friendlier. When you are not traveling, your guard is high. But you have to deal with a lot of shit. The kids took over my space. Look, I can't sit back down. I have to basically. Lucky I went to pee first before I actually came back. Before I started streaming. Because usually what happens is I would stream and then I would realize, damn, I need to pee. And then I have to solve that problem. Skateboarders, hodlers. They're pretty nice kids actually, compared to how we were when we were younger. I think they're pretty nice. I think the people that I hung out with when I was younger was scarier. I remember like at 13 and 14, like there are a bunch of people who basically got into drugs, got into, you know, car accidents, got pregnant. Like a bunch of stuff. Oh my god, I'm basically hypnotized by these waves. I just stared at it, just out of, like, you know, my eyes just darted onto the sea. And then before I knew it, I was just staring at it. It was as if that I was hypnotized. I'm like, I can't stop staring at it. You should take your eyes off it. Legit. I was just basically just staring at the sea. I was like, that's how people get hypnotized. I think we are almost there, people. We are almost there. I can see it. I can see it. We are almost there. I think we have been on sea for about 20 minutes. 20 minutes-ish. So 10 more minutes. Can you believe it? You know what? It's not that bad. It's not that windy today, so the cold is just bearable. You want to see the other side? I like this big boat just because the boat is a lot steadier. If it's like a smaller boat like the one that I went to last time, it was very rocky. So this is the other side. Still pretty. But there is nothing here, as I said before. We are here. The other side is prettier, I think, in my humble opinion. No boats yet. All the boats are there though, here. Look, I think that's the pit thing. Because I think if you go by car, you basically follow this path. But I can be bluffing. I can be, that can be bullshit. So I think like if you go by car, that's the path that you take. Sorry? That's the pit. Because I think, yeah. Because the thing with Sydney is, like, you can have a very different experience of Sydney. You can live in the suburb and see no boats, have been on no ferries, have not been to the city, and your experience of Sydney is very different than people who live in an area where it's just water. The lifestyle is completely different. But if you just go like by car, you basically can drive 10 minutes and have a very different lifestyle, different people, different culture. So I think there's a part of Sydney that is very unique and weird at the same time, because it's, you're basically living in the same space, but you're not really experiencing the same culture. Look, someone's kayaking. Kayak. This is peaceful though. I can just go on boats all day. Oh, we are there. Let's manly. Let's find tripods. We have arrived. Well, but it's not. I'm just gonna wait until people start moving, then I'll start to move as well. Laziness have prevailed. You know, like when you start something and you're very excited and you're very eager and you're very keen and you're like, let's get there first. I'm no longer that person. I'm just like, yeah, just chill. Let's just wait until everyone kind of like do their thing and then just like, trail behind. All the enthusiasm is just like gone out the window when you're like been doing it for a while. It's like, yeah, we're alright. We can't wait. We're alright. That's where I'm at in life as well. I'm like, yeah, let's not rush it. Let's not rush it. No rush, man. We're good. We're good too. My face and the sea. That should be the theme of this thing. My face and the sea. So this is not the beach. The beach is actually on the other side of this. So you have to go straight from this end to the other end. The other end of the road, from if we get off here and then we just walk straight, that's the beach. So this is just a bay. This is basically not a beach, the one that we are looking at right now. It's just a patch of sand. Very technical. It's not a beach until you can see wave crashing, because this is the harbor side. Alright, we're almost there. We are there. I think they're docking. They're docking right now. Are they docking? They're docking. There are no more kids. The kids are gone. They're so fast. So it's called the Manly Wharf. ferns on the side. Big boat. The moment on Waffy. Big lakes, yeah. We are proper on the harbor's front and the seafront, so the city is actually at the coastline, so it's not in the middle of the land. It's not inland. It's the coast area. Well, I'm glad you were here for the ferry ride. I think that was also a good experience. I think it's because I need to be more regular. I'm like currently working on to get a job. So if I can get a job, I probably can make a little bit more routine for the stream. It's dangerous. But, I think like if people don't know when you're in the stream, it's a bit hard for them to catch. So I think it's good to have this like maybe next week. Maybe when I get a job, I'll just set I think that's one of the reasons why people are really like to know where things are. Alright, just getting off. I'm gonna ignore the chat for a little bit. Getting lost. Foot traffic is really stressful. Because you have to navigate where you are. You have to navigate where people are. And it takes so much energy. Oh, no tap off energy? Oh, no tap. Yay. Yeah, no wind. I know, right? Yeah, we off the ferry, so we don't have any more wind. I'm glad that the stream is not buffering, so I'm pretty happy with that. I think it's because we're not in the city anymore. Not a lot of people here using internet, social media. Because if there's a lot of Chinese or Korean, I will buffer. They will use a lot of internet. Just because we are Asian. We love marketing. Okay, let's try to find let's try to find like a tripod, because definitely
the hand
look, like French chocolate. It's pretty nice chocolate. I like this
Et en fait, c'est violent et marrant. Non, il se bat bien.
It's basically it's an ice cream place.
Elles ont bien aimé, elles ont bien rigolé.
I'm trying not to be too ignorant, because I feel like if I am using both of my earphones, I'm not going to be able to hear what's happening around me, and that's a bit dangerous. Alrighty. Let's rock and roll, people. So that's the wharf area. So we are walking towards the beach now. So let's check out the map. I kind of know where I'm going. I've been here a few times. My friend used to live around here, So if you see that, that's mainly beach, not beach. But we are here, so we just have to kind of walk through this area. So that's the harbor, basically. That's where we get off, and so we can just kind of hang out. I kind of want to avoid the beach area too much, like not spend it too much. Why? Because of the wind. So if we can be like less beach area-ish and more shopping area, it will be good. And also, if we can get our tripod, that will also be very good, because I don't want to get hit by a car right now. And then, why are we still not walking past this area? Like, as soon as you cross the harbor to the northern side of Sydney, it's a different place. It's like Europe. Like, it's not, it doesn't feel like Sydney that all the Asians are not the people who are basically live there. The Asians are basically tourists. So it really feels like middle of Australia, which it isn't, but it feels like that. It doesn't feel like, you know, multicultural Australia. Oh, it's just easier because you guys will be able to, you guys, there's only one person here. You would be able to see more. Because like, right now I'm just holding it using my arm, so I can't really go that far. But if I can have a little bit of a support, then it'll be a lot easier. That is all. So if we walk, this is around the Corso area. I think the market is on that side. So I just keep going. And the ferry back, supposedly, we got 3 hours before sundown. I don't want to get on the ferry when it's dark because it's cold. You can't, like, if it's cold and you're walking around the water, it's freezing. So try not to. You just can't feel anything. I remember, like, I traveled once to Helsinki. Was it Helsinki? And our hotel is basically just near the harbor and it's frozen. And then I remember, like, we bought like a can of soda, and then I basically just put it outside the window because outside the window is a lot colder than the fridge. The fridge is warmer than outside the window. So that's how we cool that's how we cool our drinks. You know that women not allowed to actually blow on the didgeridoo. I did not know that until when Nicole came and made that faux pas. Oh, there is. I'm just gonna wait until. Oh, okay. Okay, pass. Yeah, I think, I don't know, maybe some kind of misogynistic thing, a traditional thing. You're gonna have to respect that, but at the same time, I'm just looking at it with a little bit of this tastes like in my mouth. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. But you're kind of like, fine. I respect your culture even though I disagree with it. Kind of feel. Because at the end of the day, you do have to respect those things, I suppose. It's Sunday, so I think like not a lot of people are around. Let's check out Smiggle because so that's the beach right over there at the end. Because I kind of want to switch hand but I can't really switch hands if I don't have a tripod. I'm looking for like this very specific. Oh no, maybe they don't have it. This is so powerful. This is basically for kids. I'm looking for this very specific store. But yeah, this is Manly. This is one of the major tourist attraction when you are in Sydney. Palm trees. We actually get better weather during winter than we do during summer, by the way. Like it's sunnier during winter than it is during summer. We get rain all the time during summer. Go boy. I'm pretty sure all the shops on the outside are really just shops.
Oh, sorry.
Pretty sure they're
I'll look at those too. Sorry.
I only been here like based on the surface, which means that I don't really spend too much time exploring of the place. Wish you a beer. Is this Pride Month? No, this is what day. It's June. Oh, there is Starbucks. So this is market. So we'll come back here after we hit the beach a little bit. Basically, we're just gonna go to the beach and I will let you know, say this is the beach, and then we'll come back down to this side. Because that's who we are. We are surface people. We are very, very superficial, pretentious. That is us. This is proof that we have got here. Now we have the proof. Let's get out. Basically. I think I'm gonna get a tripod here. I think I'll just use the one that I have a spare one at home. Oh, we should cross. It's green. Oh my god. The winter cold is basically forcing me to not move to. I want to walk all the way there because I think there's a coastal walk here, which means that you can actually walk around the water area and you can kind of explore a lot of the area. It's like in the eastern suburb you can do it too, but I never really spent too much time on this side of the city. The beach. Welcome to Manly Beach. Rocky boy, Rocky Bobo. I'm so happy you're here so that I can show you off to our very amazing beach. This is the famous Manly Beach. Yes, the beach. Now we see the water. Shall we explore around here? Put your feet in the water. Not today. Not today. I used to get a lot of trolls when I used to stream every day. So I put that as part of the implementations of not being trolled at. You can see like the remnants of a lot of troll traps. Cross. Looks like it. like, show us feet, please. After a while, I'm just so lazy to say it. So I'm like, oh, let's just automate it. You know, and you know that you like efficiency when you're like, let's just automate this. Like, let's not even invest emotion into this thing. That's basically where we are. I don't have no fucking tripod. Ooh, that looks pretty from here. It's probably better if you go inside and have a mop. But all you see is gonna be water. And water everywhere is the same. That's how jaded you are. I think like that's how you know like someone's jaded when they start saying it's water. It's the same everywhere. It's like, no, it's different. It's special. 98. I like the color. Color's nice. Ooh, this is full. So does that mean that the no Asian there? Ooh, Studio 8. Ooh, hairdresser. Weird. I'm just making noises by now. Like, oh, oh. I never walked around this side before. I think there is a lot of new cafes. Look, house wine and beer, $5 plus $1 chicken wings.
Well, I can't help but feel like that.
Chicken wings. Alright, I'm not gonna ignore for a little bit because I need to. I kind of like trying to browse around to see whether there is shops that actually sell something properly. I think this is a lot more like nature walk, I suppose. That's cheap. Yeah, it is cheap. Well, we do produce a lot of wine in Australia locally, so I think our wine can be a little bit cheaper because it is made for export, but because we consume it locally, it's pretty good. I don't think there's anything else here. It's just residence area now, and there's hotels, and people chilling. Okay, we can go back, I suppose, back to the main area where the action's happening, I suppose. Kids eat free. Am I a kid? Can I be a kid? I want to be a kid. So I didn't have time to be a kid. We only been streaming for 1 hour and 14 minutes. It feels like a lot longer. There's so many pretty people. The thing is, I just realized it doesn't matter how handsome you are or how pretty you are. If you're not Asian, I can't process it emotionally. I'm not even sure how that comes off. I'm not saying as a racist thing. I'm just saying like it doesn't affect me. You can be like this close to me, but because you are white, I won't feel anything. I was just like, yeah, you're good looking. So what? But if a Korean actor is that close, I'll faint. I'll faint and you will hear me hit the floor. There will be a really loud thunk at the end. Cause my body would be like I'm so cold right now. My hands are freezing. Melling Beach Health Club. So we're just gonna try to go back to the busier. I guess because this is a northern suburbs, it's a little bit chill compared to the city. Like this is the busiest area around here, I think. But then again, I'm not a local, so I don't know. You see what you see, but usually there are more to it than what you can see. Okay, we'll go back this side. So this should take us back to the market. I feel like I've walked enough cities and suburbs to kind of have a good feel and good instinct of where things will lead. Because unless you're in Asia, I don't think you can get confused or lost that much. Because the way people design cities or suburbs is very predictable. They want you not to get confused and not get lost, because they want you to go back to the central area so that they can actually sell you stuff. So if you kind of, oh, this is pretty. So if you kind of stick to that philosophy, you pretty much kind of can navigate your way around it. What I like about this place though, you get so many fountain things where you can just replenish your water. I'm running low on water. I want to drink more water. Oh, water, s'il vous plaît. More water. More water. More water. Water, water, water. And you only have 2 hands. Oh dear God, it's cold. Okay, let me just put my water bottle back into my bloody bag, and then we'll walk around. Oh, they're closing up. Holy crap! What? Why? It's still early. It's only like 2:30. Why? All right, let's start from this end, and then we go to that end. What is here? Domino's. You want pizza, man? You want pizza? You want to get some pizza, man? Pizza, pizza, pizza good. Pizza good for you. What I got? Flowers. They're cleaning up already. Traffic jam. Oh, look at that lettuce. So fresh. Why are we stuck?
You're welcome, no problem.
Ooh, bananas. That orange. Wait, that bug orange looks nice. Could go for pizza right now. I really can't eat pizza anymore. Even though I love it, my stomach would just go berserk and give me like a very painful experience. So I'm like, okay, maybe you should not. Oh, crap. How do you say it? I'm never ever able to say it properly. Crap. Crap? Crap. Crap. I feel like I'm saying crap. Not crap. 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 How do you say it? Crap? Where's my... I just realized now. exciting. Really.
You're not in with the gang.
Click, click. Pretty things. I think this area is very much white people area. I think that's pretty offensive. Hopefully,
Like I could be waiting.
but I feel it is pretty offensive for my. Oh, there is a thing here. There are dogs, doggies. Thing is, I ate. I really don't want to eat outside. I don't know. For me, like, it doesn't make sense to eat out anymore. I think I have reached that age where I just don't like eating out. Ooh, love the atmosphere. That guy should play some Kenny G. That shows how old we are, that we know who Kenny G is. Don't say that. I still, because I'm like, I'll still read a lot, not read, like watch a lot of depression things on YouTube, and I think like one person basically explained what depression is, and I think it's pretty accurate. I think depression is indeed the inability to feel pleasure, and I think I just realized that. I'm like, yeah, that's definitely it. Like, yeah, we can't feel happiness, but I think it's more like the fact that you can't feel pleasure. And I think, like, I remember like we were chatting in someone else's stream, and I think I just realized like the only time that I could feel like that kind of sense of a little bit of happiness is when I watch Korean drama, and I'm like, wow, maybe that's true. Asian salads, dude, if it's Asian, it ain't gonna be that clean, eh? Ooh, let's walk here. This place is clean. So pretty. So pretty. And then you go into the dodgy aisle. This looks so dodgy ass. But I'm probably going to go back to the main mall. Here. There is a little of like a arcade over there I saw before. We're basically back on the main area. Well, the way I experience it is pretty similar the way they explain it, like the inability to feel pleasure, and I feel that's very accurate from where I'm standing. Okay, everyone's starting to close because it's 2:30 and it's a Sunday. We are northern suburb, which means we are basically running on European time, which means that everyone closes very early. It's so pretty. I'm using this kind of tone, but I'm actually like this case. It's just that my default tone is very much mocking tone. Unfortunately, that's the only tone that I received growing up, and that's the ones that basically embedded into my physiology. So I'm just basically trying to see what else is in this neighborhood. It's actually a lot of stuff. I think it's just a lot of coffee and a lot of cafe people to kind of just sit and chill. So there's not a lot of shopping happening, I suppose. I think like this is a lifestyle suburb where you basically just eat and drink. Like, now I remember why I don't come here often. Because unless you live here, there's no reason to come here. Really. It's a nice place though to live. Maybe it doesn't suit Asian. It doesn't suit the Asian spirit much. Where we need stuff. Even though we won't buy it, we want it to be available. We want it to be an option for us to be able to buy it. It's crying. Let's go this Friday. Drace is your favorite character. I don't know. Do I have the patience to be a mother? I feel like it's such a scary task. Like, I think women who are mothers are broken. I'm like, I don't want to be responsible for slapping a kid because I lose control over my anger. Which probably can happen. Like, kid can be very challenging. What are you going to do? You're the adult. You're the one that's supposed to restrict your anger and manage it. If you don't even know how to manage your own anger, how are you going to teach the kids how to do it? So, I don't know. It's a very tricky thing. I think, like, dramatic. I think, like, kids are basically teaching you your own level of maturity. You're like, you think you're mature until you have kids, and you're like, yeah, I don't think I am that mature, actually. I don't think I have the patience for this, actually. I really feel like killing this kid right now, so someone please remove it. Like that. You can do this. Yeah, mainly they're just places to eat and wine and some clothes. This is just basic white people stuff. I feel like I'm becoming extremely racist as I grow older. I need more. When I was younger, I always feel like, oh, this is so cool. This is where I want to live. And now I'm like, no, I think I want to live where most Asians live because the shops are better. And I'm not even talking about like shopping shops. I mean, like, you know, even Daiso. If you go to Daiso, you're gonna get like a tripod for like $3. You can buy, I don't know, rice, powder or something for like $3, and that will feed you for 4 days. Just stuff like that, I suppose. I think cool stuff, or quote unquote cool stuff, doesn't feel attractive anymore. You know, when you're younger, everything just feels like, oh yeah, I want to look cool, I want to be cool. And now it's like, yeah, it doesn't. Ooh, there's a lot of Asian. Must be good. I am like so biased. What's up here? So this is where all the Asians are at. Oh, I thought it's like a whole thing. It's not. No, I think I have a spare tripod at home. I'll just use that. I guess next time. Sydney English Academy. Ooh, that looks really bad. There's nothing here. Oh, that's a, what is that? Sushi? Oh, that's a sushi train place. What is up there? There's nothing out there. Let's go back down. Ooh. Do they have clairvoyant reading session? I got no money, man. That's expensive, $70. But I used to charge $80, so I guess it's not that expensive. Shall we eat Hungry Jacks? It's great. Yeah, it probably is.
See, I was like,
I know, I was like, I have like two fucking, I have like total opposite styles.
What's in that arcade? Sometimes we have to go inside and see like these little areas. Or sometimes that's where the magic happens. But most of the time, nothing really happens. You never know. You only know when you check it out. Because I know in Melbourne, you have to kind of try the little arcades. Because that's where you're gonna get like, you're gonna see like cool stuff. I literally ran out of words. I ran out of adjectives as like cool stuff. No, we basically back to where we were before. Oh, Japanese. Ooh, card. Here we get card. Oh yeah, we were here. We walked past it. Did we? Yeah, we did. That's the alleyway that we walked past before. Ooh, I smell soup. Soup smells good. Hi, kid. Eric's a library. I basically signed up for a library 2 days ago. Because I can't resist the temptation of not signing up to a library. It's basically like them saying, hey, we got a bookshop and feel free to take anything inside this bookshop. So that's what I'm saying. So this is the car park, and on the other side, that's why I'm not showing you that side, because that side is just car parks. This is a shop side. Ooh, tattoo parlor. I got 6 years till I'm 40. Maybe I should get something when I'm 40. Get a tattoo when you're 40. What do I read? Yes, non-fiction stuff, mainly about mental health and neuroscience. Yeah, nothing really special. Is there more shops? Alright, let's try to walk at the end and then come back on the other side. Ooh, there's massage time. Oh, yesterday I was like, because I've been basically browsing for jobs, right? I've been job hunting, and yesterday I saw this job ad that says massage venue, senior receptionist, looking for a fun, vibrant, non-judgmental female. Oh, that's so funny. Non-judgmental female. And then when I tried to Google it, there's basically nothing in there. So we are basically back to the marketer. I think it's a brothel. It's not a massage venue. I tried to Google it, but I don't think it was like as proper. Like, I was not suspicious up until that point where I read non-judgmental. I'm like, what is this? Why do I need to be non-judgmental about being a receptionist in a massage venue? And apparently, massage is just a code for a brothel. How do I know? I'm not in the industry. I don't recognize the codes. That was a learning experience though. Still love you. Okay, there's nothing really. The main area was that mall before and the market, and that's about it. I feel like I'm not really making this trip exciting. I feel like if there is a market or something, and that's what just life is, right? Like, you have a city, you have a block of area, and then you fill it with either shops to go shopping, or and then you have your functionality shops, like, you know, the barbers, like the hairdressers, the I don't know. Then you have food, you have clothes. Like, it's basically the same everywhere. Or am I just too boring to not have an imagination? Like, not overly excited about things. We should get an extrovert as a guest sometime. I think having me alone is a bit too depressing. Oh, pretty. Oh, I'm trying to grow my terrarium, which means that it's a plant that you put inside this ball and it's dying. I'm so upset. I'm like, why are you dying? Like, please don't die. Okay. Ooh. If you want to see... So I'm going to plug my shit. If you want to see arts and throws, pillows, you can go to my sodai6.com/very and check out the latest stuff. Plugging. We can't hang out. Give it water. No, I know you're not supposed to give it water. I gave it too much water. That's why it's dying. Okay, let's go back. I like that. I like that church. I think it's a cathedral, a local cathedral. Because there's one big cathedral in the city, so that's big, that's huge. But that's the one that I usually see. So I don't know how much big one building should be before it's being called a cathedral. Does that make sense? This is such a pretty shop. I feel like I'm the most unexciting person to be traveling. I used to have fantasy about like, oh, we can go traveling and I can stream it. Now I feel like it won't. It won't. For me personally, I don't think it will be a good idea. Because I am not a hype person. And also I'm not crazy. Like, you know how people basically go around and say to, like, they bother people. And they are willing to do something very controversial. I am not that person. I'm just like very boring. Oh no, I need to pee. No, you have to do is just keep talking. That's the reason why I stream in the first place, because I wasn't using my vocal box for the past 2 years, in 2004, 2005, and then I realized like my voice started to squeak when I speak, and I'm unable to distribute the air that I take while I'm speaking. So like I take my breath and then I start to speak, and then I lose my breath very quickly. Within few seconds, I talk. So if I talk for like 1 minute, I'll be huffing and puffing. That's how bad it was, and I would start like squeaking my. Oh, is this dim sum? I would start being like. My voice would break, like a teenager boy, like a boy teenage boy. Oh. So I decided we have to talk. We have to practice talking. So when we first started streaming, I tried to do it every day for at least an hour. That's the main purpose of this. This is so pretty, look. I know like it looks like nothing, but it just looks pretty. Pretty doesn't necessarily mean useful, but it's very not useful. It's just pretty. When you have basically acknowledged the fact that just because something is pretty doesn't mean it's useful, and then you value usefulness a lot more than you do prettiness. That's how you know when you're starting becoming an adult. Looks like a bench. It was a bench. It was legit just a bench, and with like a little pot plants on top. That's basically was it. Like legit, that was basically it. We are back to this lane. I feel like if I go back to the beach area, it's gonna be really windy, and all you could hear would be just wind everywhere. Everyone's packing up. It's almost 3 o'clock. All these French kids, so pretty. See, it's like randomly you enter a place and then it just looks so much different than the surrounding before. Like, what is this place? How did we get here? I think it's important to explore these little bits of places, I suppose. This doesn't look that bad, actually. Sorry. Come on. Takeaway, hey, takeaway coffee, chai lattes, $3. They have avocado wrap, they have bacon and egg roll, they have turkey toast. That looks good. That looks yum. The things that they're eating, look yum. Look yum yum. Look yum yum yum. Why we no eating yum yum yum? Really need to avoid bread because it will be a very bad mental state. Apparently my tummy doesn't like flour. I learned how to make bread with just plain flour and I felt suicidal. Hey, we are going back to the Yokeniji. Smells good. Oh, that's so cool. That kid, the dad basically just pushed the pram and then let go of the pram. So the kid was basically cruising the pram by himself for like 2 seconds. It was so cute, and he was just like.
I could tell her. Yeah, I'd say, I knew.
Ooh, look at that. Sushi, Japanese, Korean. So if you say sushi, Japanese, Korean, it's usually Korean. Japanese don't offer Korean stuff. So if you see sushi, Japanese, Korean, it's Korean. Just an Asian tip. Oh yeah. For the camera. So that place before says Japanese, Korean, sushi. If it says like that, if it says like sushi, Japanese, Korean, there's a combination between Japanese and Korean food. It's usually run by Koreans because Japanese don't offer Korean food. In general, that's what it means. I want to drink, but I also need to pee. take us about half an hour to go back. It's 3 o'clock, so we're probably gonna take us 4 o'clock back to the city. And then it's gonna get dark by 5. It just takes so much energy to sit on the couch. I literally have to force myself to leave the couch today. Like, there was just so much weight on my butt not to move. I also thought, what's the point of streaming? No one's gonna go. And yeah, here I am, still streaming. Dark by 5. I remember those days 6 months ago, you mean? I really like winter and stuff. Like, it gives me a lot more. I don't know, like I like the cold, I guess. But I think like in the past, I wasn't really good at taking care of like my body, meaning like I wasn't really good at keeping it warm. I think I'm a lot better these days. I have to make sure that it's warm so that I get to enjoy the cold. Because the cold is only nice if you are not freezing. Does that make sense? Like if you are actually warm and then you can get a hit of the cold like on your face while you are basically just snuggling next to the heater and just like, it's warm here, and then you open the window and then it's like cold, and then you're like, it's so fresh. I don't know if that makes sense. Have you ever seen snow before? Yeah, I have. Actually, I've seen snow in Australia, in the Alpine region, which is about 6 hours drive from Sydney, 3 hours drive from Canberra. So we have a skiing resort where people can go, about 5 hours drive from Sydney. So we actually have an Alpine region. It's pretty similar, like a European kind of geographical plate. But I think our internet is not powerful enough to basically promote it overseas. But it's pretty famous locally. So I guess like people who go are local people, I suppose. So that's where I see snow for the first time. I was 16, 17. I don't know. Snow or just snow. I feel like I wasn't elated to see snow and I wasn't sad to see snow. It was just like when it rains. And it's just like, yeah, it's snowing. I don't know. I was very blasé about it, which I found very surprising because for someone who never seen snow, you think like, you would get a bigger reaction. I was like, nah. I was like, this is pretty cool. And we kind of just stay indoor. That's basically how we did it. Hey, it's not bad. We kind of like hang out here for an hour. That's more than what I would thought we would be hanging out here for. I think most people can hang out here for a longer period. I don't know. I feel like I'm not really good at enjoying moments. I'm not good at savoring stuff. We should savor moments, and that is one of my weaknesses. Like that is one of my skills that I need to develop further as I grow older, I suppose. I'm not good at savoring moments, good moments. I think it's because my brain is designed for depression, so it's like it only savors bad moments. It stays in bad moments. KFC! Shall we get KFC? I used to work with a manager who used to like live around here a long time ago. She's back in Canada. I don't know. I think I only talked to her when I was working with her. bitch about something. I feel like one of the purpose of this, oh, if you see this around, it's really good. You should get it. You can use this for burns. You can use this for basically anything minor, and it will work for dry chapped lips. To get a highlighter if you're a girl on your cheek. It actually legit works. Yeah, I was basically trying to kind of not connect, I guess connect with this person that I have. I used to know, like, I think it was my fault because on Instagram I basically just being, one of those polite things to say, like, hey, oh my god, like they were parading their kids, and I'm like, oh my god, your kids are so grown up now. Like the kids are like 7 or 8. We used to know each other a long time ago, maybe 14 years ago. Well, we're not really friends, but we're kind of like acquaintance. Like we kind of know each other. Like we used to work in the same office space. So I just made like a very, off the wall kind of comment. Hey, like your kids are very big now. Oh my god, I should come visit sometimes. Basically, kind of just trying just to be polite. Not polite, but like, be friendly. I think that's the word. Be friendly and be friendly, and then this girl basically said back to me, hey, yeah, you totally should, and then gave me like her email to kind of contact, like to make sure that I contact her. So I did, because I don't want to look like I was just saying it to be polite, which I totally was. Okay, it takes 2 weeks. Sorry, it takes 10 minutes. Ferry is leaving in 10 minutes. Okay, we should get on it. Oh, it's already here. All right.
Oh, maybe.
We should go up actually. We should take the upper deck.
We have to pay to get back on.
No.
Well, anyway, what I was saying. So I emailed her saying, hey, when can you, catch up, etc., etc. Currently looking for jobs, so I still have free times. If I get a job, my time will be blocked out, so I won't be able to. I won't be able to catch up with you anymore, etc., etc. And then she replied like, because I was like, like when you call someone and you just hope that it will go to voicemail kind of thing, because you really don't want to be like, talking to the actual person. Oh no, you can't go out. It's so full. Alright, let's just go down. Let's just stick downstairs. It's all good. Look at the crowd, man. We are going to... But yeah, no. So I basically emailed her and say, hey, should we go up? I feel like we should go. Yeah, why don't we go up? I think it'll be fine. So she basically said, hey, so I started to read her reply, like, hey, I'm really busy with work this month, which is only like 1 week left, and then next month I'll be traveling, so I'm like, this is going good. Well, I'm reading the email, right? Like, this is going good. The fact that, she's busy. I was kind of like hoping halfway that she would say something vague, something along the line of, oh, I don't know when I'm going to be not busy, which works perfectly for me. But then she said after that, the sentence was like, oh, but I'm free in August and stuff. but she replied back. Oh my god, it looks like a bunch of people. Sounds like an army. It's like an army just I'm gonna sit inside today. I'm gonna sit outside. It's too cold. Are we still lagging?
Dapat pala hindi na tayo naglagay. Ano natin dito mga...
Oh, I haven't reached the end of the story. You said it flags on the stuff. Oh, they got free Wi-Fi. We ain't gonna go. Someone's mad. We don't need to be fancy, Mom. Let's just sit where we can. Alright, found it good. We're good. No, we are sitting here. So, la 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 la. Have we moved yet? I feel like we have moved. Oh my god. My left arm are basically frozen because I've basically been holding it on my left arm. So basically up until like she basically saying, oh, but I'm around in August after July, you know, when July is over, she'll be like traveling during July. I assume like she's basically trying to avoid the winter here, which is probably good because it's probably like summer, like on the other side of the world. Ooh, there are fresh beer. What? But so I was like, yeah, okay, August it is. Like, let's touch base in August, yeah. So I'm basically just trying to kind of end the conversation because this is happening on email. So everything is like just back and forth during email, and then, you know, we got that small talk going on. She was asking, oh, what are you looking for work? I'm just like, oh, just looking for admin stuff just to pay for art supplies and stuff. If you don't know. And so she was just being kind and say stuff like, oh, yeah. It's good. Like using my name. I don't know. I find it a bit patronizing, but alright. Like, you know, your art is something worth working for. And then after that, she plugged her event. She basically had an event happening on August. She basically invited me, why don't you come to my event in August as my guest? So the event is costing like $300 or something. So I assume when she said coming as my guest, she's basically inviting me like for free, not, you know, I don't have to pay and everything. But as soon as I saw the invite, I'm like, oh, okay. We're not friends. We basically are trying, like, she basically just converted me from an acquaintance to a client. And I'm like, all right, fair game. So I basically just quickly replied, sure, I would love to. And just hope with all my might that I would get a job and I'll be working on that day. And I couldn't go. And I have a legit excuse not to go. So that's the end of the story. I don't know if I know, like, the polite thing is, of course, like, oh my god, this is so good. And you basically like, oh, definitely, if you want to turn it into a networking thing rather than rather than in a way I wasn't surprised really because we didn't really have a friendship happening. We were just like people that kind of existed in the same space. But I thought like, all right, like I just go based on courtesy and stuff. But was I disappointed? No, I probably was more like, yeah, I thought so. It was probably more like that. It was probably like, yeah, this was probably within expectations. I'm like, alright. So I guess like she just basically made it clear that we're not gonna be friends. We're just gonna stay as networking people, I suppose. We're just gonna stay in each other's network, but we won't be friends. But as soon as that happens, I'm like, okay, at least now we know where I stand in her world and stuff. And you're like, all right, if that's the way it's played, then that's the way it's played. You can accept it, I guess. You can't really change anything about it. But I did feel a little bit like that was very smooth. And she didn't do anything wrong. I started it, but she closes it very well. I started off as like a social thing, and she finishes it off as a business thing. I'm like, that's smart. There's nothing wrong with it, I suppose. But I guess for a little bit, I was hoping that probably it could be, friend stuff. But maybe with my adult self, kind of rail myself back in and say, hey, apparently, no more like the way she stands in your world. What do you mean? Not really. I was basically...
Just can't get four together, that's all.
I'm basically just trying not to be bitter about it. I'm like, yeah, maybe this is just the way adult kind of maintain relationship through money, I suppose, and through businesses. Because outside your family, your immediate family, like your husband, your wife, your kids, your children, there is no need for, there is no need for, or your mother or your children, anything directly like blood related. There is no necessary to have friends. Unless you grow up with them, that might be a different thing. But I guess that's the way it is. But in some way, I guess but I did quickly say, yeah, sure, would love to. And kind of like, okay, let's just put it down in my schedule and let's just think the way out later. I have to pay for what I said. I have to take responsibility to what I said. Because I legit said things. Oh, this sun is really good. I feel really warm right now. Actually, there's a lot of places to explore. You can actually go over there and explore things. We are going.
Life jackets are located under your seat, and in clearly marked storage sections near the entrance doors and at the front of the vessel.
So on the way back, we are basically having a commuter experience. On the way here, we were having a tourist experience. Now we're going back to the city. We just like, no, this is how normal people would just take the ferry. We are not going outside. It's too cold.
What's your mango like? What's your mango like? No, I say what's it like? Vuol dire come? She just said that. Buono?
No more Captain Chit Chat. I'm just waiting for my... I think my data is running out for the day. I've got like 1 giga data for the day. So until I get like a SMS from Optus, I think it's coming soon because I've been streaming for 2 hours now. So I think the SMS is gonna come soon, and I'm gonna end the stream. I think it's pretty good. Like we did the whole ferry thing before, and then we got to see a little bit of Manly and walk around. I think it's a pretty solid stream today. Thanks for keeping me company, Rocky. I really do appreciate it, because otherwise I'll be just be talking by myself, and that's not fun. I think like for me, as long as there is one person like in the chat, I can maintain good. I can maintain good stream. I just can't do it unless. Otherwise, I just be quiet.
How much? Ma papà non è vissuta in Sicilia.
The window is actually open, so this is pretty good.
Vicino Abruzzo, sì. Nord, sì. Durante la guerra sono stati là. Sì. Poi sono
Yeah, I probably
andati in
end it here.
America.
It's probably a good place to end it. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes, so it's probably good. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. I'm gonna end it here, and if anyone want to watch the VOD, I guess it's gonna be available until later. Thanks for coming, Rocky. I'll see you later. Thanks for hanging out today. Bye bye. Have a good Saturday. I think it's Saturday. Have a good summer if I don't see you ever again. I will see you later. Bye, Rocky.